Ladies and gentlemen, a little tardy based on our standards, but it ain't too late. As long as we got a microphone, as long as we got a computer, the OG podcast can have it at any time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're a little handicapped because we don't have our other brother with us, Cowboy Joe, but guess what? He's with us in spirit. And we will carry his flag with us on today as we get ready to talk about what we already know what y'all want to talk about today. We don't even have to ask no questions. Welcome to the one and the only. This is the OG Podcast, and why I'm big time, and I got my brother with me, the one and the only. B-Bird is in the building. What's up, B-Bird?
What's going on, man? I was just bouncing my head to that Scarface My Block, man. On
Yeah,
your, hey,
yeah,
man, that's that old school, that brother.
yeah, yeah. You know
I'm
that's
from
that.
I'm from that area too, man. I was like, what boy got me shaking my head over here,
Yeah,
man.
man, that little vibe. You know what I'm talking about? Get the
Yeah,
people ready. You know, we a little smooth vibe there for you. You know.
yeah, man. It's good to be on with you, man. It's been a while. Be on with the legend himself, big
No, I
time.
wish.
So,
No, man, ain't no.
hey, man, we just want to talk a little bit of cowboy football, man. Hope everybody can join in with us and listen what we got to say and add in the chat.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
The
yeah,
great Saturday afternoon,
yeah,
blue
yeah,
skies,
yeah,
feel good outside, and everything
yeah.
just the water was a little cooler, man, and the food tastes a little bit better. Air is a little bit crisper after a
Ooh-wee.
Cowboys win, man. It's funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, it's funny how it working, and your vibe, B Bird, is already making me feel a whole lot better already, man. I would actually now what's getting ready to happen tomorrow, but we're gonna say that because
Oh, man, you gotta, boy, it's gonna be, hey,
I got
well,
a feeling. I got a feeling right now, B Bird.
boy, you got the same feeling I got, man. But mine might
I
be,
ain't even asked you yet, but I got the feeling. Let me
man,
say in the chat here. The chat, do y'all got the feeling? Do
man, I
y'all
got the
are
feeling.
y'all anticipating what we getting ready to say? Robert King, I see you in the building. Are you anticipating something on tomorrow, Doc? I just wanted before we even get this thing started, can we
Yeah.
just get a beginning vibe? And for those that may be kind of lingering, maybe the OG can help you in your decision making on the day. Maybe we can help you on that. Robert King, I see you in here. You're a smart football fan. What you are you feeling? What I think you feeling about tomorrow, man? This some good stuff. I see Robert King. There you
Yes,
go.
yes, sir.
See.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's a good segue. But let's, in order to feel what I think you all feeling,
Yeah.
we would have to go back. We would have to go back, B Bird, to explain why you are feeling what you are feeling. So I ain't talking about feeling yet, but we got to go back slightly to the Raider game. And maybe that's the reason why you feeling a little better. Can you? I ain't hear y'all what you and what your show was this week. I haven't heard it, so kind of help me out. And Shane come in. Shane come in saying, "I got the feeling. We
I
got
got
like Jane Brown right now.
Yeah, we got the feeling, baby.
We got the feeling." So, but help me out. And Chat, you can join in on this too. Why are you feeling different, B Bird? What's going on here?
Well, just the instant impact of Quentin Williams last week, man, and let me tell you something. The Raiders are not a good team, but what do you do to good teams? You shut them down and beat the brakes off of them. That's what we did. It's been many times where we played not so good teams and we hadn't. I'm gonna tell you a team that's showing to not be so good. Arizona Cardinals, since they beat us, they've
Yeah.
been boat raced. But look what happened against us with them. But the Raiders are not a good team, and we shut them down like we're supposed to do. But I like the way we did it, and with the pressure that we got on the quarterback that we had not gotten before, with all the not just Quentin Williams, but all the guys we kept coming back hurt. What it was is the front four gave the QB less time to make their decision. Anytime they got to rush their decision, now our cornerbacks look better. Now our pass coverage looks better. I was just really impressed. I know the team wasn't good that we played against, probably the worst that we played against this year, but we did what we were supposed to do against that team. And everybody looked great in the game. I think the promise, offense has not really been our problem this year. It's been mostly defense. And to hold somebody to 16 points, man, we hadn't done that in a while. And I don't care what the other team's offense is. So that coupled with, I don't see an explosive offense this week either. They're having their issues, internal and on the field. So I think it's some things that we can exploit with this team. I think they're kind of a perfect match for. They're going to come in and they're the best team in the NFC, but they're the best team in the NFC with some flaws, and I think we can exploit some of those flaws.
Stay right there in that vein, B Bird, because see, you just said something. Now, let me play a little devil's advocate with you real quick, because what I heard was that if you are struggling whatever side of the ball that you're playing, I heard that especially if you're on the offensive side of the ball, if your offense is struggling, don't worry about it because you're going to play the Dallas Cowboys, and your Dallas Cowboy game is what is considered a get-right game.
Yeah.
That's what I heard so far this year. And the Cowboys over and I already know the answer, but I'm going ahead and say it anyway because some of our fan base thinks this way. Our fan base believes that the Cowboys make bad teams look real good. And all you got to do is point back to the Arizona game. You can go back to the Carolina. You can go back, even though Carolina is not a bad football team at all. You can go back to the way that Russell Wilson looked against us in the first game. I mean, the second game, the Giants. We have traditionally so far made teams look good. Now, I know the answer to this, but I'm just asking you, B-Bird, what's the difference? I mean, why is your confidence level high?
Because because the thing is that I'm confident that what I saw last week can be transferred to this week. I'm confident that our front four were pretty dominant last week. Ezra he's growing, man. You know what I'm saying? He's growing. Quentin Williams is a beast. Clark is a beast. Osa looked the best he's looked all season playing with those guys. I think what we saw last week, somebody might say, "Oh, it's just the Raiders." No, man, that guy there those guys that we put on the field last week can replicate that this week too, I think. And you're looking at a offensive line of Philadelphia that don't have one of their top guys. I think Lane Johnson may be out. I think he is out.
He is
and
out.
So they're kind of struggling. And, a lot of people, laymen don't look at the offensive line and look at all the outside players, but Lane Johnson is one of the best in the league. You take him out, man, that's a big blow to your team, especially coming with what we got on our defensive line. So I feel like we can replicate some of the things that we did last week, this week, man.
I put that up from what Shane just said because you'll be a fool not to recognize that. Those guys were motivated. With Nealon, Marshawn Nealon, that the memory of him, you could see it in the effort. I'm not saying that they didn't have it before, but you could see a little extra bounce that they had. I think you got to factor that in as well. But B-Bird said it a little bit earlier, and I will kind of tag team with him on this. There's some people that say that one man cannot make a difference. You a lie. You a lie. When you add a guy like Quentin Williams, what you saw, if you were paying attention, if you just not just looking at the TV coverage, but if you look at, you study a little film or whatever the case may be, you will notice in that game how Quentin Williams, just his presence alone, changed the way that teams play us. Because Quentin Williams demands a double team automatically. If you go one-on-one, he's gonna wreck your game up. But what that did was it made Kenny Clark go one-on-one. It made Osa go one-on-one. It made the edge rushers go one-on-one. And what happened? If they didn't, I think they had 5 sacks, but that ain't counting the pressures.
Loads of pressures.
That ain't counting the pressures and the quarterback hits Geno took.
Yeah.
So that's what one guy can do. You notice how the cornerbacks, at least their hands start touching the football.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that. You notice how that happened. That's the reason why, because, he didn't have time.
Yeah.
He didn't have the time. Like everybody else did, in opposed to the other weeks. In other words, to make a long story short, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to say. This is not the same defense.
No.
I know we were 31st ranked Just that quick. I don't know if you watched it or not, and you can say because the Raiders didn't try to run. They tried to run. They just couldn't get nowhere. Gentry couldn't do absolutely nothing. I think he had 6 carries for 7 yards or something like that. The Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen, are ranked in the top 14, I believe. 15 now in rushing defense. Just that quick. 1 week was all it took. They moved all the way up. Now, they are now, whether you know it up, and watch how I keep rising because I told you guys this was going to happen. They are now ranked 27th in defense. Or you going to say, oh, my God, whoa, that's 27. What are you talking about? Well, they was 32 and 31.
Yeah.
1 week. All it takes. And now here come the Eagles to come to town. They were motivated to play. Quentin Williams made a big difference. The guys and some of them young, hungry dogs was out there too. Talk to me about B-Bird, because I think we just can't brush by it. Tell me what you thought about DeMar and Overshown.
Well, I love DeMar Overshown, but I'm I'm in the minority because I am a critic of him. I love the way he plays, but I need you to be on the field, right? And so I was a little bit hesitant about rushing him back because I'm kind of concerned about it getting re-injured or him being up to speed. But I like what I saw in him in limited time. I think what they can do is continue to bring him along slow. But he's going to be an impact player, man. That linebacker position has been the one that's kind of been our bugaboo this season, man. So, we can talk about Parsons, but that linebacker position, we hadn't been getting a lot from that position. But I think what he did the other day it shows promise on what he can do for the rest of the season. I think he's going to continue to heal and, not heal, he's healed, but they say that you got it with that ACL, the confidence has to be back in your mind to do the same thing that you did prior to. And it takes a while for that to happen. So I was what he showed the other day was promising. Hopefully he can continue to grow with that.
I like it because Schottenheimer said something. He says there was a couple plays that he had bad eyes. But he then came right back and said, but his speed can make up quickly for the mistake.
Yeah.
Whatever bad eyes that he had. So just based off of that alone is what I love, because not only do I know he's fast, but he has aggression with him. He brings a little pop with him when he goes make contact with somebody. So that's what we need. I'd rather have a guy to make mistakes, but is fast and running with his hair on fire, running toward the ball, rather than a guy to make mistakes and he can't even get back into the play. So I'm feeling him on that. I actually thought for a guy who ain't played in 300 days, over 300 days, I thought that he should get and then you talk about the snap count that he had. I thought he deserved a A. To be honest with you, just because of just getting his feet back and trying to get back to the speed of the game. Yeah. You can do it in practice all day long. And he just he ain't figured it all out in one week. He's going to be learning on the fly, and we need him for this game. And I'll tell you why. I think in a little bit later.
I think I know where you're going with that.
Yeah. I think if you're a football person, it really ain't hard to figure out what I'm thinking as far as why we really need a guy like him for this week. Go ahead.
Well, before you go, I want to ask you a question, man, because this is something that I'm feeling, and I want to see if you're feeling the same way. I feel like the Joneses are giving Shotty a lot of leeway to craft this team in his own image, man, and let him be more vocal, let him be the decision maker. And stuff like that. I looked at that and I see Blue was inactive. That's something that the Cowboys or the front office wouldn't do. When they draft a guy, they want to kind of get him out there and show his value, justify his draft position. So before they wouldn't do that, Pickens and CD being benched for opening the game, things like that I've been seeing that it seemed like there was a football-based decision versus PR political type decisions. And I think for the longest we've been making PR political type decisions. But I think to me, the Jones are allowing Shotty to kind of run things football wise. What do you think?
The crowd just spoke.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but since you just said it, and you just made me think of it, I'm writing that down, B-Bird, because I'm about to do a whole show on it.
Yeah, man.
I think you're going to make me do some of it now just off the top of my head without really just doing some background work. Let me say this. I don't know if you know it or not today. This move right here sums up exactly what you said in one sentence. I don't know if you know about it, but they cut Elam today.
Yeah, I did hear that.
And they cut him because they made a roster spot. They signed Malik Davis for the rest of the year. Yeah. Now, that ain't Jerry and Steven, because they are quick to cut Malik Davis. Mm-hmm. When most of us who kind of see say, like, why don't they give Malik a shot? He can flat out run the ball. But he never got a shot. And then when you look at who they cut, the first thing that they kept saying about Elam was, well, he's a first-round draft pick. He's a first-round draft pick. He's a first-round draft pick. Cowboys don't kind of do that. But in this year, when you add it all up, and we're going to do this at the end of the year or whatever, everybody in the chat, I know y'all don't like Jerry and Steven. I know. I ain't too fond of myself. But this season, when you look at all the moves, and I'm going back to Pickens being acquired, letting go of Micah, bringing in Kenny Clark, then you're going to trade and get Quentin in here. This has been a year that we haven't seen, since the Charles Haley days, B-Bird, maybe? Since we the OGs.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Yeah. We ain't made this impactful type trades in a long time. And we did it on both sides of the ball. I mean, let's be honest, George Pickens is dang near all pro this year.
Yeah, right now he's trending all pro.
I'm serious. So that's often, we didn't count on that. Quentin Williams, I mean, come on, man. Even if he's not an all pro, he's sure gonna play like one. You see what I'm saying? And his impact is gonna be like one. But when you start and then to top it off, you get a Kenny Clark to pair with this, and you really didn't, it just so happened. That's the way it happened. You got Kenny Clark first, really trying to solve this thing, but then you get a cherry on top with Quentin Williams now. And what you have made in a short period of time, please name me a duo that is better than Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark. I mean, I don't know. I know you may have some individual guys who are better, but as far as a duo, I ain't throwing in Osa because I know it ain't too many teams. They got 3 of them. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I know that. So I'm saying they have done some things this year, man, that is kind of contrary to the way that they really operate for real.
Well, let me say this too, big time. Now I would say that everything turned out right, but this was not planned.
It was not planned,
and it was a reaction too. And that's the thing that kind of I don't like about it, because you almost had to be made to do this, because they was in a dire situation, man, at the trade deadline. You're looking at Michael over there looking like an all-pro, making NFC defensive player of the month, while we're allowing 40 points a game on defense. So they had to do something. It was almost embarrassing that you're doing it. But at the end of the day, this is an analogy I gave. Hey, look, if I tell my kids, hey, when I come home, I want this house clean. They can clean it up as soon as in the morning, and I'd appreciate that, the timeliness, what that means for their future. But if they finish cleaning up 5 minutes before I open the door, as long as I open the door and the house is clean, I really don't care how it got clean. And so that analogy goes to this: long as the Joneses got the players, I don't care what their motivation is, right? Yeah. And so they got the players here now. Like you said, in the middle, man, we haven't had guys like that. They haven't valued that position. I don't think they've ever really valued those positions, to be totally honest with you. I don't think they ever have. And so And now it's making Izaraku look good. He's growing. Oh man, why am I forgetting number 42 name? One we acquired. Clowney, thank you. Clowney on the other end is playing well. The thing of Malik Davis over Blue, man, we've been knowing that Malik Davis is a better running back than Blue at this time. Yeah. Blue is where he's supposed to be. Malik Davis also plays special teams, but those are moves that the Joneses would make before, and I think those are shoddy-based moves. And I like it because the person that's closest to the battle ought to be making these decisions, right? The coaches know these things. They see them every day. They know these guys. They understand what's going on. Let those guys make decisions. That's how it's handled on all other football organizations, most great ones, that the guys closest to the battle is the ones making those decisions. And I think Shotty's putting his thumbprint on this team, man. I like it because I want a coach to be able to do that.
We had a similar move, almost equivalent to this, back when we got Amari Cooper. Yeah. This is almost the same thing because we was doing a wide receiver by committee, and it was looking totally horrible. And in the middle of the season, they went and got Amari, and then all of a sudden it took off. And Amari was, of course, instant impact. Made Dak lose his mind, actually. From that point on, Dak started going completely crazy. That's the last time we made something like this. But there have been other years, though, B-Bird, that they didn't do absolutely nothing. They did do something, but they went at the bottom. That's correct. They do something every year, but the difference this year is they didn't shop at the bottom. They went straight to the top of the cup. Correct. And that's the difference. And that's really not their style. But I want to side with you now. I think that Schottenheimer has Jerry gonna make the final decision. And they still love their draft picks and they still love all of that.
Oh, yeah.
But I really do believe that they obviously have let the coaches, and it just ain't Schottenheimer, everybody, because see, the Cowboys don't cut a Elam. You know what I'm saying? They just don't do that. They're going to try to get all they can out of a quote unquote first round pick. They're going to until kind of like Mozzie. They see it, but they're going to say, well, we're going to hold on to hope. We're going to believe in Mozzie until you just can't no more. You see what I'm saying? I think that's what they did with Elam. And it's a different type of vibe that's going on with that. So I agree with you 100% on Shotty's imprint really being on here. Go ahead.
So look, let me ask you a question, man. So think about this. So our best defensive tackle last year was Osa. Don't you agree with that?
Yes.
Osa's probably our third best. That's what happens when you fill the roster from the top down. Mm-hmm. Now, it costs you more money to fill it from the top down. Mm-hmm. But what ends up happening is if something happens to, say, Clark, you still got Osa and Williams, man. You still dynamic on the inside.
You got more than that. You got Perrion Winfrey who's going to play tomorrow. Yeah, you got Solomon Thomas. Please don't forget about Solomon. So we loaded in the defensive tackle.
Yeah.
For real.
And one thing, too, the thing about Amari when he came, it's a synergy in football that one person can make a huge difference. That's why when you talk about Quentin Williams, you're right. Yeah. The synergy with the defensive line is if I get to this quarterback, boy, those guys going to look like Deion Sanders in the secondary.
Yes.
Why? Because one thing, too, man, people fail to understand human nature. So if a quarterback's getting hit in the mouth, in the first quarter, the second quarter, he's going to start throwing that ball because nobody wants to get hit in the mouth. Yeah. And people think, no, the NFL, no, they don't want to get hit in the mouth. Yeah. So if I have this ball in my hand, I'm going to get hit in the mouth. So let me throw this ball a little bit earlier than what I expect. That's where interceptions come from. Yeah. The issue was, if you go back and look, the first few games, we wouldn't get any pressure. We also weren't getting turnovers. Because if you don't get any pressure, you're not going to get turnovers. The quarterback can sit back there all day long. Your cornerbacks are going to look terrible. Your safety's going to look terrible. Why? Because he has too long to throw the ball. He's too comfortable. And so, man, I think that Quentin Williams sped up the clock of the quarterback for the Raiders. And you can see the quarterback's looking better and the safety's looking better also.
Talk to me real quick about because there's a difference, y'all, between pressure is pressure, but what about when the pressure is coming straight up the middle rather than the edges? There, it's huge. Both of them are good, but when you got pressure coming up the middle, it kind of changes things a little bit for a quarterback. Talk to me about that, Big Bird, real quick. And
it's kind of simple, right? Mm-hmm. So if I got Micah rushing, I'm a quarterback and I'm driving back to pass, and Micah's rushing from my left side, and I'm looking right. Suppose I throw the ball a hair before Micah gets to me. He doesn't even affect the play because the ball is gone. I didn't even see him. I threw the ball. He knocked me down, but I threw it for a 49-yard touchdown. Mm-hmm. I never saw him because he came from my backside. He was a little bit too slow to get there. There's never a time you don't see the defensive tackle come straight at you. There's never a time you don't see Quentin Williams coming straight at you. There's never a time. Yeah. So the pressure from the defensive end cannot be felt sometimes by the quarterback. But the pressure coming straight up the middle where you can see him is always felt by the quarterback. Yes. So I think defensive tackle pressures are actually way more impressive to me than defensive end pressures are coming from the outside.
Based off of, it's no knock against Michael Parsons at all, because Michael gonna speed up the clock. But if you notice, when Michael was here, Michael did his most damage when he got over the center.
Yeah.
I mean, well, let me correct myself. Michael did damage everywhere. But when he blitzed up the middle, it was a significant difference. You see what I'm saying? And the edge, your edge guys gotta be like Micah or Von Miller or Max Crosby, that type that can get there like in less than 3 seconds almost. If they get chipped and blocked, even though they got pressure coming, the quarterback, all they got to do is step up the pocket. The goal really is, everything B-Bird just said was true, but the goal really is to get the quarterback off his spot. That's really what it's about. And if you can make a quarterback move, you know what I'm saying, off his spot where he had to throw from a different base or a different angle. Now you got a quarterback that we playing against tomorrow that kind of like running off, running out to the spot, running to the spot.
Yeah.
That part is, it depends, but there ain't too many guys like Jalen. It ain't too, Lamar can do that. Josh Allen can do that. But a person like Joe Burrow ain't going nowhere. He's going to be right there, sitting right there. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And you want to move them off the spot. And that's where a problem like Kenneth Clark, Osa, Quentin Williams, because that's what we saw when we went to that 5-man front.
Correct.
Came from in the middle. It came really everywhere because everybody was all over.
Yeah.
Everybody was trying to meet the quarter. Hey, let's meet at the quarterback. I mean, you don't have time. And that is a tremendous difference when you got guys that can go ahead and beat you. Quentin Williams is going to destroy one-on-one coverage. One-on-one man trying to block him. I'm going to say Kenneth Clark. You can't block Kenneth Clark with one man. You really can't block Osa with one man. And so I think that and I'm really, I don't really want to project. I'm not saying we about to go undefeated. I'm just saying it is a big difference when you got this quality of a player in the game. Now we're going against a real good team tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm not gonna knock them. They the world champions. And Lane Johnson is not playing tomorrow. That's a big loss for them. But it's gonna be real interesting to see who wins at the line of scrimmage tomorrow. That's gonna be real interesting tomorrow.
Well, let me say this too, man. Let me just I want to give a shout out to my partner in crime, Cowboy Joe.
Yeah, man. What's up, Joe?
I want to tell the crowd out, the chat, and anybody who's listening, man. Cowboy Joe had a surgery the other day. We wish him well, man. I did get in contact with him, and he's doing good.
I just texted him too. Noop, you get my text. You get my text, Lou. Put it in the chat.
Yeah. So he, but the thing about it, you can't keep a cowboy, OG cowboy down, man.
No.
He's in the chat, man. He's probably on his bed watching a little bit.
He probably want the link.
Yeah. He probably want the link. He already reached out to me. Want to do a post-game show tomorrow, man. So you can't keep a good Now, if this was a Philadelphia Eagle content creator, man, or a 49er content creator, they'll be out for the year. But not Cowboy Joe, man. Cowboy Joe coming back, man. This little minor surgery. Like I said, they'll keep a Eagle guy, man. He might never come back. Yeah, but Cowboy Joe is a Cowboy fan, man. So we resilient, man. Yeah, you can't keep us down, man. So we probably gonna do a show tomorrow, man. He gonna step in, man. But I just wanted to give him a shout out, man. I'm glad everything went well for you, man. God is with you, brother, and your OG podcast brothers are here, man, and we wishing you the best, brother.
Man, glad to have them in the building. Hope we making this day go a little bit better. What's going on? There, Fred in the building. What's going on? I see Miss Verdi in the building. I see you. Thanks for popping in. I see a troll that came in, but I ain't gonna even
hey, nothing wrong with that, man. You
I'm glad. Well, welcome to the Cowboy content. I don't mind him coming in. I don't mind. He say Prescott trash. You ain't the only one that say that. So we'll let you.
Hey, let me tell you something now. We got to make sure that's a hater coming in, because that could be a Cowboy fan. Because half our fans don't like Dak anyway.
Yeah. No, he a 49er fan. I can tell, because he said we gonna get whooped by the 49ers again. So I can tell. So it's all good. It's all good. We welcome everybody in the building. Y'all got it right. But I still want to stick with this point, because the defensive line, I'm not saying we're gonna do what we did against the Raiders, but this ain't nothing to play with. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
It ain't nothing to play with.
It's nothing. If you double Quentin Williams, what you're gonna have to do, I promise you, Kenneth Clark is gonna beat your guard. Also lined up on the outside one time. I mean, it was crazy. And I'm like, and I think that since Lane Johnson ain't playing, I don't know who their backup is, but I guarantee you, B-Bird, if you're looking for a place to attack tomorrow, that is going to be the place where we're going to attack tomorrow. Whoever that backup is, he finna get some problems. I don't know who they're going to line up. Quite sure it's going to be a mixture of everybody. But somebody going to have to go after him.
So I went, I don't know if I may have told you this big time. I went to early this morning, my grandson played in the flag Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Right? Mm-hmm. And this is the lowest level of football that they can play in America. Mm-hmm. So what me and I was talking to a guy next to me, because they had a little kid that was playing nose tackle for the other team, and he was in our backfield the whole time, right? Mm-hmm. And so we had to actually, our team had to actually go into shotgun just to get the ball away, because that nobody could block him. Mm-hmm. So y'all, it don't even matter if it's flag or NFL. You got to build the trenches first.
Yes, sir.
It don't matter, man. If you can't build the trenches, it don't matter what kind of wide receivers you got, what kind of cornerbacks you got, what kind of linebackers you got. If your offensive line, your defensive line are suspect, it's going to expose itself, man. And also what it's going to do is affect the rest of your team. Remember what I said earlier? If you can't get pressure on the quarterback in a passing game, your secondary is going to look bad. Yeah, they're going to look bad. And so what we've done now, man, is we actually put resources and assets into the defensive line. Mm-hmm. We got a guy, Osa, that's proven himself over the years to be a good defensive tackle. We ended up getting Kenny Clark, who's already a great defensive tackle, all pro at times. Mm-hmm. Then we get a younger Quentin Williams coming in. What we're doing is we're building it from the inside out, right? And that's where, if you're strong inside out, okay, look at Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Hey, we don't like them, but their defensive line last year was one of the best in the league. Mm-hmm. And their offensive line was one of the best in the league, and they won the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So that doesn't mean neglect the wide receiver, neglect the cornerbacks, but it says that you have to build that first. Now, 98s and 61s don't sell jerseys.
There you go.
Now hey, don't worry about the jersey sales. They'll get you W's. They won't sell jerseys. The only one gonna buy a 61 jersey is your family members.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna win you games, man. And so right now we have attacked with resources. One of the most critical parts of the defense are the football team, the defensive line, and I think you're going to see it pay dividends. I think, and we're going to get into the Philadelphia game coming up because I think that's where you're going to see some good things from us.
And let me just add to that because I think it's a good way to transition. Let's go into the game now. But not only did you take care of it, B-Bird, as you just said, let me add that you took care of it for years. You got Quentin Williams for a couple of years.
Yeah,
we got Osa. We just signed Osa last year, right? Or this year. We just signed him. So he's there for years. We got Kenneth. Well, I don't know if Kenneth probably.
We got to figure that one out.
We got to figure him out because he can get out of here. But if you see what they're doing together, why would you?
I think this is a rehearsal for maybe 2026 too.
Yeah. I don't know why you would, go ahead. I don't believe in if you got him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna cost that. But it's that way. So let's transition. Oh, and let me throw this in. I forgot that, Shane. Thank you, Shane. Shane, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Shane. Yeah, I see that.
My God. Oh my God. This dude right here that Shane picked out. Thank you, Shane. James Houston, man. Look, every game, he stands out. And so what you're getting because of Quinn Williams is one-on-one with James Houston. He got a sack last week. He's staying in the backfield. He's been staying in the backfield this whole season so far. So now you're bringing him into the game. I'm saying, like, at some point things got to change. And to sum it up before we go to the Philly game, it all changes because of one dude. His appearance alone makes you change the way, at least on the offensive line, that you have to block the defensive line of the Cowboys. You got to change it because if you don't, Quinn Williams would be a game wrecker. It just ain't no question about it. So let's transition to that. And since we're on the defensive line, Saquon hadn't done nothing. Well, I ain't gonna say he done nothing compared to last year.
Yeah,
he looks like a shell of himself, even though he's still having a pretty good year. But he's not a gigantic problem. And the Philadelphia Eagles are, even though they are winning by the skin of their teeth, and they are not doing too well offensively. Jalen is not throwing for 300 yards. They're making plays when they have to. That's about the best way I can sum it up, which is a good thing. They're making the plays when they have to. Devontae Smith is catching the passes when he needs to, and they make those plays. Jalen Hurts makes the throw, the throw when they need it. Whether it's the AJ Brown is crying every week. I mean, he's crying. Somebody almost need to FedEx him some bottles of pacifiers or something. Good Lord. He is crying every week, and rightfully so. He's not getting the ball.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I want to ask you, B-Bird, and I'll let you tell me why. And chat, you can join in on this. Is this going to be the game where the Philadelphia Eagles finally wake up?
No. You
said that quick, B-Bird.
Huh?
You said no quick.
Yeah, man. I was just telling Henny on his show. I feel real good about this game, man. I just think that we've played against better passers than Jalen Hurts. He's not feeling real confident at this time. That locker room dissension that AJ's bringing in, and let me say something. AJ's a little bit justified in that also, because what AJ's basically saying is that we can do this. We're winning now, but when it gets to crunch time, we play against good teams to get into the tournament. This might get us bit, man, trying to win 17-10. I understand that. But that's putting a lot of pressure on Jalen. They got a new offense coordinator. Saquon is not hitting like he did last year. He won't hit like that this week. So they're going to put the game into Hurts' hand.
That's what we want.
We played well against them last time. Some drop passes and some timely runs by Jalen got him out of it. So I really think, man, we got a better defense than we had the first game of the year. Also, too, I think I told y'all that the CeeDee Lamb injury is going to be a blessing in disguise, and I don't want to transition to this, but I want to just bring this up.
Go ahead.
Because what it made Dak have to depend on Pickens and have to get a rapport with Pickens and not choose to get one, but have to, because Dak's first mindset is always throw to CD. So what I'm saying is now you have an even-handed fighter right now. He's going to throw to whoever's open, he's going to throw to him. He knows what he got in both those guys. He didn't have that the first game of the year. I think Cooks suffered a little bit because Dak did that too. But I think that we got a different team than we saw at the start of the year. One of the things about those teams like Philadelphia, man, when they win the Super Bowl, the next year they come back, close games usually go their way. Because they've been there, they've done it, they got the experience and all that kind of stuff. And they're more calmer in tight games than the other team is. You can look back at KC last year; they won like 8 games within a 3-point games. They were on the winning end of it, and that just becomes they got confidence in what they do. Philadelphia is winning those games, but I think it's going to come to an end Sunday, man. I think we're putting it all together. I think the team getting that vibe from Quentin Williams, what he brings to the table, but also, man, we can't have all right kind of guys on the team because Pickens does bring the talent, which is undeniable, but he brings a little bit of swagger too, man. He brings a little bit of I don't give a damn, some of that Dez Bryant versus the Eagles, how he got in that safety's face. I don't know if you remember for that Monday Night Football game.
Yeah.
And he brings some of that, man, that raw and he brings that. I'm tired of being I ain't never been hunted. I'm always a hunter. And you got to remember, the Cowboys are always hunted. Yeah. We got nice guys going to say the right thing. We got a dude that ain't going to say nothing. I mean, he going to tell you, he going to talk about your mom. He going to talk about everybody out there and dare you to do something about it. That's going to affect some of those guys on his team that give them that, that oomph. And I think everything is trending the right way for this game for us to be successful, man. Like I told Henny, if I think we're going to beat these guys pretty good. And if we don't, y'all ain't going to see me no more next week.
I almost need to mute my microphone and just cut my camera off and just let B-Bird just go because B-Bird is cooking today. I
feel like they're set up to get beat bad by us. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is. And you in the stadium, and we're going to have some energy behind that crowd going to come with some energy tomorrow for some reason.
You cooking so well, B-Bird. I'm just interviewing you then because I don't even need to add. I was about to add something to it, but I'm just interviewing you because you cooking. So let me play devil's advocate. All right. Jalen Hurts is a quarterback that he's better when you're playing man defense because you ain't got to study. You can see it. And you're in trouble if you go man to man. I mean, primarily. You go man to man with AJ gonna have a big day.
That's DK again.
Exactly. You go one-on-one with Devontae, you're gonna have a problem. You go one-on-one with Goddard, the tight end, you're gonna have a problem. So most teams will play zone against Philly because nobody really believes Jalen is just a real great pocket quarterback. So you want to confuse them. All right. Last time I checked, all Cowboy Nation couldn't stand us playing zone a whole lot. If you go back to the first game of the year, when we played Philly, even though Michael Parsons wasn't there, we played zone over 90% of the time, and we should have beat them because we didn't go man-to-man. So, B-Bird, let me ask you this now. So, are you trusting your front 4 or 5-man front to really disturb Jalen to the point that you're going to play the back end on zone? And keep in mind, Elam is gone. Now, I know Kalen Carson had a good game against the Raiders, so I'm quite sure he'll be the guy. And Bland, of course, will be the other guy. Hooker came back and he played great too. Let me throw that in. Hooker played great. Donovan played okay, Donovan Wilson. So are you trusting the back end? Because really, if you were to say what is the weakness of the Cowboys defense, it really ain't linebacker no more. It still ain't great, but it ain't as it was because Logan Wilson comes in and it's all of a sudden it looks solid. The back end is still the quote unquote problem.
Yeah.
So are you trusting the zone coverage? Because I know you don't want to go man to man. Not with these boys.
So I trust my front end to cover for my back end.
Okay.
I trust. I'm gonna start the game off saying, "Hey guys, we gotta get after that guy. Hey, let's see if they can handle Quinnen. Let's see if they can handle Clark. Let's see if they can handle Izaraku. Let's see if they can handle Clowney. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you prove through the game that, like, hey man, we gotta do something different, right? But I'm starting off where my assets are, using my assets, man, to get after Jalen, man. That's what I'm gonna do, and then switch it up a little bit, play man. Mix that coverage up on him, man. Make him have to think a little bit and bring that ball back down. Hopefully that allows us to get our guys on his back for a sack.
Are you going? I know what my answer is. I'm going 5-man front. I don't want 4 because they're not going to run up the middle. And I don't know if Izaraku and I trust Clowney more than I trust Izaraku as far as setting edges.
Yeah, Izaraku
Philly gonna try to run it outside on us this time.
Yeah.
And so they ain't gonna try to run up the middle. They'll be kind of stupid. But I can see that. So I think that I know it's gonna be a mixture, but I think we need to go that 5-man front, 2 linebackers. One of them needs to be Overshown without a doubt. Kenny Murray played pretty good. I'm cool with him there, and then let's just play football on the back end. But we got to. I want the zone, and I know a lot of y'all. Yeah. I can't have man to man not this week. I ain't that crazy. I don't care if we had Patrick Surtain. I don't want 1-on-1 with Devontae and AJ. I just don't want that. I want Hurts confused, and he's not a great reader of the football, but if it's 1-on-1, it's a problem because he can see it. Now,
he can make a decision before he even snapped, right?
Bingo. And we don't want that. And I think they confuse him. Yeah. Now, let me get to the part that I alluded to earlier, and this way it's going to get fun for me. I'm still on defense, B-Bird.
No, say that.
The first game, it was not Jalen Hurts' arm that killed us. It was his legs. His legs, his scrambling ability killed us. That's the reason why they won the game. We had no answer for that. And because we were running zone and we were not getting any pressure, there was no pressure. Mm-hmm. And he could stand back there, take pictures and do all that, decide if he want to run or if he want to pass. He could do all that. I don't think that's going to happen this time. But because he damaged us, let me ask you this question. Are we gonna have a spy tomorrow?
Well, and that's I knew what you were getting to when you were talking about.
You know me.
Yeah, it kind of depends, man. Because if we're getting to him and our guys up front are doing their job, but if he starts killing us on crucial first downs, then we got to keep somebody in, man. We got to keep somebody in to watch him, and it has to be an athlete too. Overshown is our best athlete on the second level. So it has to be somebody that can get in there and bring him down, man. He's done some things I've seen. I think the quarterback I can't remember what game it was last year. The quarterback was running to the right, and he closed on him so fast the quarterback couldn't do anything. I was amazed. I was like, I've never seen somebody close on the quarterback. Yeah, it was crazy, man. So that's the kind of athlete you need for Jalen, man, because Jalen's a pretty good athlete, man. So when you start running the ball, you got to have somebody that can run him down, or in Jalen's mind knows that he can run him down.
So I'm in total agreement with you. This is where I believe tomorrow night where Overshown will turn into a remind everybody of why we going crazy over him. Because I believe he should be your spy tomorrow, just in case we get to those spots there. to shut down that run, and Overshown can get to Jalen quickly. And I can see that happening tomorrow night. So we're better defensively coming into this game than we were on the first game. And we played them well the first game, without a doubt. Philly's probably a little bit better than what they were at the first game. I'm not saying because we played them well the first game, we're going to destroy them this game. I'm just saying this is just a total different defense, total different dynamics. We're way better than what we were the first game, and we got the kind of personnel in there now that can give Philadelphia some serious problems, without a doubt. So I'm looking forward tomorrow to see how well we play on defense tomorrow. And if Philadelphia come out here and beat our brains out, I'm going to be shocked.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm going to be very shocked and disappointed. I don't see it happening. I'm feeling real good about the defense. We're going to switch over to offense in just a second unless you got some more on defense, B-Bird.
No, I'm good, man.
Let's switch to offense then. They got the number one defense in the league.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter did not play the first game because he spit on Dak and all that type of stuff. He's playing this game. He is just as potent as Quinn Williams. He's a game wrecker. He's a dominant player. You have to commit guys to him. My problem is going to be this. Are we going to try to be heroes, B-Bird? Because I really believe whoever plays the line of scrimmage better tomorrow, offensively and defensively, that's who's going to win the game. So my problem with the Cowboys is that sometimes we get too cowboyish. And what I mean is, why would you not double team Carter, a combo block, instead of trying to be a hero and say, well, BB got Carter, BB got him. No, we don't even want to give Carter any momentum. I don't know that. And if he gives you problems like that, let's not try to make $1 out of 15 cents. Let's go ahead and double him. I ain't worried about Davis and all. It's so big, you got to give up something rather than let the game record destroy you. And Jalen Carter is a dude that can destroy your whole game plan if you play with him like that. So I guess that's what I'm saying. Chat, y'all help me out. Are we doubling Jalen Carter? What about it?
Can I add one thing, man? I think what I listen to with content creators, because I learned to listen. I mean, I listen to learn. And they told me that, like, Mozzie, most defensive tackles, they don't come into the league being great nose tackles. It takes them about 3 years or whatever. But one of the things, I know we're talking about Carter, but, man, Davis is showing up too.
He is, man.
I mean, he's showing up now. And I'm like, oh, that's the guy that was from Georgia. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay. Now, that's the Davis from Georgia. So it's not just Carter, man. Davis is playing ball. I saw him play last week. He's making plays at the nose tackle position. I say, oh, that's different there. They got a good defense, man. But I would say this. One thing I like about Shotty, too, is that his commitment to the run hasn't just been talk. He's committed to the run. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I wish he would run it a little bit more, but I understand why he don't.
Yeah,
because you always got a mismatch outside.
Yeah, and so, but I like the fact that because we've had coaches before, like, we can't run, let's just not do it. No, you still have to have that threat, right? And so I think they do a good job. But if we have to double to be successful in the run, we got to do that. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that we can't block this guy. We got to double him to move him out the way, so we can. It's by all means necessary. We got to run the ball. If that means doubling Carter, then that's what we have to do.
I even say this. I believe this is where the difference is going to be. When I said about Saquon, I believe that the Eagles are going to try to run outside on us a little bit more, halfback stretches and stuff like that. With the Cowboys, our best three linemen are in the middle. It's Tyler Smith, BB, Booker. So if you want to run, you're going to try to run between those three guys. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is I believe that they're going to try to challenge them guys, Davis and Carter, by running straight at them. Yeah. And my question is that, okay, I get it. I understand it. I know why you're doing it, because your best linemen are in the middle. And you think those are your strongest guys, and you believe they can move people out the way. And I got it. But my question is, okay, when does it change? Like, I know you're going to be committed to it, because this may be what the game plan is calling for. But if you keep running into a wall and you ain't moving them, okay, when are we going to try to change it up? And, they got Jalen Johnson on the outside, and they got the other kid out there. So, I mean, they ain't the number one defense. They ain't the number one defense for nothing. They earned it. You know what I'm saying? They earned it. They good. I'm not here to bash Philly. They are good. But when you got a team that's committed to running, okay, you got to be kind of smart on this thing. And I know the guy's gonna be fired up to try to hit somebody, which is perfect. But I just want to know, when is he gonna get frustrated and say, okay, we can't run here no more, cause he can't handle them. And if you go on one-on-one, like I said, you taking the chance on these guys to be destruction pieces on your offense. So that's what I'm looking for tomorrow on that part. I think we can run. I just don't. I think it's going to be a grind type running game.
Yeah.
I don't see Javonte and Malik Davis, probably getting no more. I hope it's different. I don't see us getting over 110 yards rushing tomorrow. I don't see it. But if I can see the consistency there of getting it there. So that's why I say it's the game of the trenches on both sides. Their D-line against our O-line, their O-line against our D-line.
Yes,
Whoever win, that's who's going to win this game. And it's really just that simple to me.
And I think our matchups is just a lot different than it was at the start of the year.
It is.
So I think it's a different ball game. I think we match up better on the trenches than we did at the start of the year. That's why Philadelphia wins their games at. That's why people's like, man, they only scored 17 points. But you know what they're doing? They're really relying. At some point in time, they said, the team can't score on us. 17 points is going to be probably pretty good. We ain't got to score 30, so don't risk putting the ball into a bad position to give them an easy turnover or a pick six or something like that. We're going to play real conservative, let our defense win the game. That's great to be able to rely on a defense like that. And big time, I'm going to ask you a question. When has the Cowboys ever had a defense you can just say, hey, man, we ain't going to ask our offense to do nothing. We're just going to go out there and play regular offense and let our defense win the game? I don't know if we've ever had one.
Not since the 90s. And
that's crazy.
You gotta go that far back. And listen, B-Bird and I, we OGs.
Yes,
and
sir.
A lot of you that's in this chat, we OGs. We're smart enough to know, just in case y'all think we some of these, fly-by-night content creators. We're smart enough to know that all we got is really a one-game sample. But we're figuring that this defense really is legit.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean you're going to only score under 20 points? I don't think that's going to happen. But what I am saying is we ain't about to allow 30. That I don't see that happening at all. So I can see it. I think it's going to be a timely defensive game on that part. Let me say this. I can say this because these are the games. If y'all want to get to the Dak Prescott mess, these are the games that usually Dak Prescott loses or the Cowboys lose. It's a quote-unquote big game. Our reputation is that we beat up on bad teams, and when we have games like this, a big game against a good team, we always find a way to lose. All right? Well, this defense complements this offense. That's what I'm banking on. And I believe that the pressure will not be on one or the other. Because as I said earlier, like I said last week, if I could just get this defense just to make the punter punt the ball an extra 2 times or 3 times, I'm good. Because I know you're going to punt the ball and get in my offense the ball back. And ladies and gentlemen, our offense is just as legit as the Philadelphia Eagle defense. Matter of fact, That's what we need to kind of look at. I know
Yeah.
I'm going all over the place.
So,
we got the number one defense in the league
yes.
going against a top 5 offense. I don't know exactly where we are. We're number one in one or two areas, but other than that, we're in the top 5. So we got legit. And I'm gonna tell y'all this. It's just me, B-Bird. You may have a different plan of attack. We talked about running. We do need to run. But Philadelphia they play zone a lot, and their front 4 gets in, and the quarterback doesn't usually have a lot of time. But when he does have time, DeJean and Mitchell are playing pretty good football. But they ain't seen nothing like Lamb and Pickett.
Nah, I ain't seen that yet.
I'm sorry. They haven't seen nothing like him.
Yeah.
And if you're going zone, I got a quarterback back there that can pick you apart.
That's right.
In zone. So I'm just saying, I see the weakness of the Cowboys. As crazy as it may sound, I see the weakness of the Philadelphia Eagles is their secondary. That's the weak spot. It ain't linebackers. It ain't linebackers. Vaughn and N'Kobe Dean are legitimate.
Yeah.
The front 4 is legitimate.
Yes.
DeJean and Mitchell are second-year players. I don't care what you they second-year players. I ain't drinking that Kool-Aid. I don't believe Cooper DeJean is that great. I ain't saying he's trash. He's not trash, but he ain't all that. Everybody talk about him like he a goddamn all-pro, and he ain't that.
Now, he ain't Pickens and CD. Let me just say this.
That's
we talk about top 5 players at their position in the league. He's not those guys. And I want to just throw a stat out there to you. Dak Prescott, when healthy, is 35-9 against an NFC East. And at home, he's 21-2 against the NFC East. One of those losses was his first ever start against New York Giants. Man, Dak has a comfortability against the NFC East like no other quarterback has. So that goes to our side too, man, that Dak ain't going to he ain't going to have Dak eyes and nothing against the NFC East. I know they're the best team in the league. They won a Super Bowl, but that's our division rival, man. Like I've seen many times when Seattle was winning Super Bowls with their Legion of Doom, they lose to Arizona. Why? Because they see them all the time. Like, we comfortable with y'all. Everybody else see y'all and they think y'all the big bad wolves, but we don't care. We see y'all all the time. Mm-hmm. So Dak has a comfortability with the NFC East and Philadelphia, man, that, you know, it bears watching 21-2 at home. That means that we don't lose at home to these guys a lot. And then when you start looking at, you know, where we are, ascension of our defense, the Raiders are not a good football team, again, but that is what you're supposed to do to a not good football team. But what else it does, too, is you start gaining confidence. The defensive backs start gaining confidence in what the defensive line can do, and vice versa, man. So I really think, going back to what you said, Dak Prescott is one of the best quarterbacks. He's a top 5 quarterback in this league. A lot of people don't want to say that. Mm-hmm. And part of it is his mind. He can read defense as well. I know they want to put that stigma on him that he couldn't read defenses, but Dak has been reading good defense probably about the last 5-6 years. So if we can block those guys, exactly what you said, big time, we got 2 of the best on the outside, man, and even Ferg on the inside too. That if you give us enough time, we can block it. If you want to play zone, we're going to pick that zone out, man, and we're going to eat it up. To do to have 350 yards passing if you do that.
I want to welcome Cooper Gastineau in. Obviously, he's an Eagle fan. Glad you popped in on me, and I'm glad you're waving the flag for your team.
Yeah.
I welcome that. But statistically, you may have a point there, talking about Quinyon being the second best corner in the league. I don't believe it. That's all I'm saying. I just don't. But y'all play zone, so it's kind of skeptical to say you the best when all you play is zone and you just searching for a spot. That I need, you know, that ain't y'all game. You know, it's not your game, so I can't give him say he the best when all he plays zone and rarely play man. I can't give it that. But he is good. I said they were good.
Yeah.
I just believe that we're more superior when I say Lamb and Pickens against anybody. It just ain't just y'all. I don't care who they playing.
Yeah.
We got the advantage. I'm just saying. I got Lamb and Pickens. And right now, as we said, me and B-Bird said earlier, we already know that CD can't be guarded. He put up 100 and he dropped about 3-4 balls every first game we played, y'all. He still had over 116, 117 yards against y'all. And we were just trying to figure out Pickens. Pickens is 20 times better now than what he was in week 1. So you're dealing, in my opinion, right now, if you were to vote for an all-pro team, there are going to be a lot of votes for George Pickens to be an all-pro this year, whether that's second team, whatever team, first team or second team. Pickens is to my mind as of right now is an all-pro receiver. So I got 2 of them. I look, Dak Prescott has no choice but to go at Quentin Mitchell and the Gene, because the advantages are on the outside. You got to go to him. Yeah. So it's going to be real interesting to see how well we play on tomorrow as far as that goes. And that's going to be, we're going to find out how really good Philadelphia is. That's all I'm saying.
Well, one thing, too, I want to add to this, man. This is a shoddy thing, and I'm loving this because I've been telling my son, who's a diehard Cowboy fan, over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I said, man, how can a guy come in when CeeDee Lamb gets hurt, Flournoy, and catch over 100 yards of reception, get 100 yards receiving, and then go back to being the number 5 wide receiver? I said, that makes no sense to me. But what I've encouraged by is that I saw his snap total last week, and he's getting the 3rd most snaps from a wide receiver besides the 2 obvious ones. And that tells me again that Shoddy's putting his imprint on his team because, you know, the Joneses don't like paying a punt returner / number 3 wide Turpin. They don't like paying Turpin money they're paying him to be a kick returner and the number 3 wide receiver. So they don't like that money sitting on the bench. But whenever somebody beats him out and performs better, that guy should play, no matter what the politics are.
Yeah.
And so for Flournoy, I love him because whenever he gets in the game, he makes plays, man. He's not dropping the ball. He's not this, that, and other. Hey, man, those other guys have had years. Flournoy is getting his opportunity, and he's making the most of it, and that should be rewarded. So that's why I'm looking at Shoddy, and I'm saying maybe maybe the football decisions are being made by football people rather than the politics. So I love that. And so what I'm trying to say is, even when they bring him in at the number 3 wide receiver, that ain't no picnic. You know what I'm saying? He's making plays too. So we got 3 guys out there at wide receiver that can make plays, man.
Student of the game, how you doing, sir? He come in swinging. He says here, if I can put it up, he said if it's 1-on-1, and the last name is Pickens or Lamb, it's a mismatch in our favor. Absolutely. We're not, and you're right, but we ain't gonna get to see that. Philly plays zone.
Yeah, but they can get up in that zone if they play zone, man. Because I'm serious.
They're not stupid enough to go 1-on-1. They know better. I don't.
They're gonna get up in that.
Yeah, they look. I don't care if they got the number 2 cornerback as my brother came in and said Mitchell. He ain't going 1-on-1. You can forget that. That'd be borderline stupidity. There's somebody else that came in, a part that we didn't say, and you opened it up, Bree-Bird. Flournoy.
Yeah.
The name that I didn't call out was Adoree Jackson, who's the 3rd corner for the Eagles. He can be 8. He can be you can eat on him.
Yeah.
I ain't saying he trash, but he ain't the Gene and he not Mitchell.
Yeah.
You can go get him. So could it be that we're calling out Pickens and Lamb, but could it also be that you gonna be looking at maybe Flournoy, Some people even said Turpin maybe, or whoever the third wide receiver is, has a chance to make some big plays because Jackson ain't on that level, not like that. And I think our third receiver is better than that third corner, whoever it is.
So our number one receiver is better than number one corner. Our number two receiver is better than number two corner. Our number three receiver is better than number three corner. That's just what it looks like to me. And then they brought in that last touchdown that Flournoy got. That play looked like it was called for him. I don't know if you saw that.
That route he ran was just crazy.
That route was for him. Like I was like, oh, that's pretty neat, man. They really just said, no, we want he gonna beat this guy, and he beat him. And so I just every time that guy's in the game, he makes plays, man. So one thing too, big time, you're right. I'm getting this from this podcast is that their strength is their front seven. So let's not bounce out. Let's not hit our head against brick walls. We can try it.
Got to block
them. Running it, then hey, guess what? Let's just drop back and throw the ball, man, and win this game.
And I think that's what it's going to boil down to because that's what Dak did the first time. If you feel like, that's why I said we're going to try to run it, but if we're not successful in running it, when are you going to try to change it? And when you going to stop hitting your head against a brick wall? The commitment has to be there because you don't want to get into no shotgun game because that's we can't do that. Now that part we can't do. But make no mistake about it. If there was a weak spot on this defense, I believe it's the back end. It's not the front seven. But here's the key to the whole game. The Eagle fan, Mr. Cooper Gastineau just said it, and this is the bottom line. There's the whole thing right there. He says we got the advantage in that sense. We was talking about receivers at that point. Our receivers against their corner. He said, but our D-line, talking about the Eagles, is going to smoke your O-line. That's where we even out. And I would go against what you just said, Cooper Gastineau, because if y'all's D-line destroy our offensive line, we ain't going to win. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's just no one. We're not going to win.
Because you can't run off the road when that happens.
Yeah, we can't do. We ain't gonna be able to do nothing. If we can't block Carter and Davis, I believe we'll do all right against Jalen Johnson, even though he's dangerous too, and the other kid on the other side. But if we can't block the initial front four, we're gonna have some problems. So I will agree with you on that. But I'm saying you came in late, Cooper. But the same thing could be said vice versa. Because y'all offensive line, who's missing Lane Johnson, is going to have problems with our defensive line. Oh, yes, you are. You're going to have some problems out of our front four, possibly a 5-man front. So we're almost essentially, B-Bird, now think about this thing. We're almost essentially playing the same exact game.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's the same. A lot of weight is on everybody's defensive line to go out here tomorrow and show out. That's really what it boiled down to. And that's really, to be honest with you, that's what I think gonna win the game. Whoever D-line show up tomorrow, that's who's gonna win tomorrow. I really believe that.
Hey, can I tell you how good Philadelphia Eagles defense is? I just think about this.
Mm-hmm.
They got Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Adoree Jackson at corner, and they got Makuba, which is the first round draft pick, and Reed Blankenship at safety. And that's their weakest unit.
What?
Man, look, so we talk about attacking their weakest unit. Them some good guys, man.
I don't want to get confused because I'm saying it based off the three levels.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't say that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The other levels are so good.
Yes.
That's what we can say. That's crazy, man. They are stacked, man.
When I say that the Philadelphia Eagles secondary is the weakest link on their defense, I ain't talking like they are F.
No, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, Philadelphia's secondary has got to be a B plus.
B plus, man.
Maybe an A minus. But I'm saying when you compare their Philly's D line, that's an A. when you say they're linebackers and Bond and N'Kobe Dean, that's an A. And now we talking secondary. Odor Jackson is not an A. You know, he's more of a B minus C, maybe, corner. DeJean and Mitchell are at least, got to be a minus or B. But they are the weakest link of the defense because they're second-year players.
They're so good, man. They're
good. You know what I'm saying? They understand the system. Vic Fangio's system is good.
The first seven is so good that's the weakest link. That's crazy, man.
Let me mess you up. Let me mess you in the chat up, eh? Let me mess you up, B-Bird. Chat. Yeah. Let's go to work here. Let me see where all y'all stand. I don't need you Homer Cowboy fans like we are, but I need y'all to talk like y'all got some sense. Let's go check box real quick. Who got the advantage, B-Bird? The Eagle defense or the Cowboy offense? Y'all put it in, chat. Boy, this is a tough one here. Woo-wee. Boy, Brooks, you cooking. I clap myself. Come on, crowd. Boy, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Now, man. God dog.
That's a good one. I need to see y'all in the chat. Who has the advantage?
And the homer in me want to say us. That's so bad.
Okay, let's break it down.
I'm gonna say us.
Okay, but before you go there, let's go details because we the OGs. Okay. Offensive line of the Cowboys versus the defensive line of the Eagles. Who got the check? I'm gonna say the Eagles.
I'll say the Eagles. Yeah.
Okay. Check Eagles. Okay. All right. I ain't gonna go linebacker because the offensive line got to get there. So there's really nobody really going to get through the defensive line first. Secondary, Philly secondary against Dallas wide receivers.
Cowboys.
Okay.
Big check.
Okay. Big check on that. Okay. All right. That's really it. I mean, I ain't worried about tight end. I ain't worried about the running back and all that. So that's about even, right?
Yeah.
That's about even. Let's flip it. Lane Johnson not playing. That's a big loss. Philly's O-line against the now new defensive line of the Dallas Cowboys.
I can get a Cowboys at.
I'm going Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm Cowboys. Yeah.
I'm going Cowboys. All right. Watch this. Sound like an even game. Philly's wide receivers against our secondary.
Philly.
Yeah. We got even check marks over the thing.
Well, here's one you didn't add in. I would ask. The quarterbacks.
Oh well, come on now. All right, let's get detail. Let's go detail. All right, let's go detail. Who's more of a threat?
I would say Dak.
I'm gonna say Jalen.
And I know you think about dual threat, right? Are you saying that?
I'm saying just impact on the game. The only reason why I'm saying Jalen is more of a threat because he will pull that thing down and roll out. Yeah. If you ain't careful, you'll look at his stats. Jalen has 75 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Dak ain't gonna do that.
When he played against us the last game, that's the second most rushing yards in his career.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think Dak's arm and his mind. I think we can get 300-some yards against those guys with Dak.
Yeah, I don't want it though, B-Bird.
Yeah,
I don't want it because if you do that, I can almost project because I don't see us getting a whole lot of big plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can see us getting a couple plays, but not big plays consistently. If you throwing for 300 yards, that means Dak done threw the ball at least 45 times. I don't want that. I don't want him throwing it. I could see him throwing it 45 and getting 300. I could see it. Yeah. But I don't want that because that ain't it. I'm just y'all. I know I ain't with everybody. I satisfied the crowd. Running backs: Saquon, Jalen Williams. I even take it further. Saquon and Bigsby, Big Tank Bigsby, against Jalen and Malik Davis. I got Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go even more detail. Saquon against Jalen Williams. This year, not last year. I ain't talking about the 2,000 yards. I'm talking about this season. And then Jalen Williams against Jalen Williams this season. Who you got?
I like what Javonte been doing. Yeah,
I'm with you.
I like what Javonte been doing.
I'm with you. But watch this. The gap ain't that big though.
Nah,
it's a check, but it's a small check. It's a very small check. See, we're gonna be honest on here. Kickers. I don't even think I ain't gotta say that. And Jake Elliott is money too. He money.
Yeah, he just ain't got the strength, the leg strength that our guy got.
He ain't money. He ain't butter Aubrey. He ain't them. So we got that. So in other words, what I'm trying to tell y'all, and y'all are putting it in, sound like a pretty even matchup to me. It sounds like
here's a question. I'm going to ask you another one. Let's throw one out there. The head man on the sideline versus a head man on the sideline. Who has a coaching advantage?
Based off of experience alone, I'm going to give Vic Fangio. I ain't talking about the head coach because he ain't coaching nothing. He's just a head coach. He's not calling plays. It's Vic Fangio and then that new offense coordinator they got. I'm going to give this year, I'm going to give Vic Fangio the check over Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to talk about Nick Sirianni because he's not a play caller. He's a head coach. I ain't trying to diminish him. He's a great head coach. But the only thing he's doing is saying we're going on fourth down and we're going to punt it here and we're going to go ahead and kick it here. He's not calling the plays. Schottenheimer is going against Vic Fangio. Whoever y'all offensive coordinator is, he's struggling because y'all offense is struggling.
Yeah, he's struggling.
And our defense, I'm going to go Eberflus. It's crazy, ain't it? I'm going Eberflus. I don't care what Eberflus did these first 8 weeks. He ain't had a personnel.
Hey, man, you Cowboy Joe ain't been in here. He ain't commented. But you keep on with that Eberflus love. He gonna come on back in here and let you know something.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you. I'm watch this B Bird, and I wish my frat was here. I wish Cowboy Joe was here right now because see, I break some bad news for him. And here's the news here. You can mark this down. You can mark this down and save it when the off season come. We do a show.
I already know what that is. I already know what it is.
Man, Quinn Williams, DeMar Overshawn, Logan Wilson are gonna save Eberflus' job.
Yeah,
I'm telling you that right now.
Well, big time. Let
next year.
Let me say this, big time. Is that I often, and I told y'all this before, I do hold Eberflus some accountable, but if you don't have players, then no defense is going to look good. And if you don't have the front four if you can't get to the quarterback, your pass defense is just not going to look good. Anytime you trade a player, the ilk of a Michael Parsons at the start of the year, a guy that's giving you double-digit sacks, and you really had no answer to come back and replace that with, you just replace him with Jags, then you're going to expect some of this stuff, and then you cannot just blame the defensive coordinator for that because he don't have the players. Vic Fangio is a good defensive coordinator, but if you don't give him the players, it's just not going to look good out there. So to troubleshoot this thing, you have to make one thing constant and take it away. Like you got a lot of things moving around. Okay, we're gonna give you the players. Then we're gonna, so now we're gonna take that out. That's not in the equation anymore. Now it's just you. So now we'll see how you do with the players. Now, if you don't do well with these players, then now we can say, man, you had the defensive line. You had this. You had that. You had Overshawn back. You had two safeties that were competent. So now we can do the troubleshooting. But until you get that down, you can't troubleshoot the defense coordinator. It's hard. That's what I'm trying to say. It's hard to troubleshoot his performance so far this year.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Cooper Gassino. I told you, we just ain't cow. We know the game. We watch film over here. And B-Bird watch it too. B-Bird one of the great film watchers as well. So appreciate the compliment, man. Thank you for that.
Bro.
Thank you, man. And come on back after the game. We'll be right here again.
No, he ain't gonna want to come back. Cooper, you ain't gonna want to come back after the game, boy. It's gonna be a celebration over here, brother.
Yeah, he might. Okay, right there. See, he said, "Man, watch this." See, he said, "Yes, our offense is struggling. This is gonna be our breakout game. Go Birds." Let me read your name right. Mevans or Mevans?
I think it's M. Evans.
Oh, Michael Evans. Oh, M. Evans. Okay, M. Evans. Sir, if this would have been the Dallas Cowboy defense of about 3 weeks ago, I would have said, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
I would have said, you know what? Everybody had their get-right game against the Dallas Cowboys. I would have said, you're absolutely right. I would have said, hey, we're going to be in trouble. But unfortunately for you and the Eagle fans and the Eagles themselves, as they're going to find out tomorrow, this is not the same Dallas Cowboy defense. It's not. And if you don't believe it, trust me, you're going to see it tomorrow, and you're going to see the difference between week one's defense and now.
Hey, man. Hey, big time.
Yeah.
I want Cooper Gastineau, I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate you having the confidence in the Cowboys going to beat the Eagles 28-10.
Yeah.
That was along the lines of what I was thinking. Me and you thinking alike. Your Eagles will lose 28-10. I definitely agree with you. I'm 100% on your side. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I thought it was going to be, I thought we was going to beat y'all by 13. But you got confidence in us beating y'all by 18. That's pretty doggone good. I like that, man. And hats off to you, man. And I will not tell any of your Eagle cohorts that you chose us over the Eagles. But hey, smart guy.
Wow.
You're very bright.
Wow. And it's a perfect segue. That's a perfect segue. Ladies and gentlemen, those in the chat, if you don't mind, put in your score and who gonna win. Put whatever your score is. Put your team down there. That was a great observation. B-Bird, you cooking. That's a great observation there,
Cooper good, man.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper, good guy, man. I tell you. See, we converted him. Even though he's an Eagle fan, he got converted. After he heard the cases, you know what I'm saying? Thought out and perfectly, demonstrated and, not being a fan, but just, giving proper checks to where the check's supposed to go. And even after that, he determines.
Yes.
The Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles 28-10.
Yeah, what? Man.
Hey, man, I tell you, I tell you, this is why the OG podcast is needed.
That's why it's here. Converted them.
We're here to help those that need help. If you sit and listen and just don't be so judgmental, you might be converted and you can still have your team.
Yeah.
You just have to go with what you're seeing. Brian Smith says,
big time we won't tell nobody. It's just between us, man. We understand that you told the Cowboys. It's between us. We won't say anything to anybody. And tell you what, Cooper Gastineau, after we win, I will, you get with me, I will send you a Dak Prescott jersey. It won't be signed. Also, it won't be, it's going to have like a Chinese name on it or whatever. It won't be one of the ones from here. It's going to be, it's not going to be too expensive. Yeah. But you'll get one, and you can wear it inside. You probably can't wear it outside, but you can wear it inside. So
we are a podcast that gives.
That's right.
We don't just talk. We'll get your address, send you what you need. That's how we are. Brian Smith says 28-24. Miss Verdi has the same exact score. Miss Verdi says 28-24 Dallas.
That's two of them. They on the same wavelength.
I need everybody that's in here. Y'all, we got a few people in here. Type in your score. If you're on Twitter watching us, if you're on B-Bird's Twitter channel, go ahead and type in your score real quick. I want to see where everybody's head is on this thing. Chris says Dallas 31-20.
Yeah, that's a good score there, Chris. I like that one.
So you got the Cowboys, Chris, scoring 30 like they always do. I'm telling y'all right now, if we score 30 tomorrow, we're going to win. I mean, it I'm just saying.
30 in forever.
JVB boy said he already clipping. He clipping stuff. He's going to send it to Lord Brunson. Just in case y'all don't know who Lord Brunson is. Hey, clip this in too. Lord Brunson, this is the Cowboy OG Podcast. You may have heard of me. I heard about you. I'm big time. This is B-Bird, Cowboy fans. We know you one of the best Eagle content creators out there. You legendary. But you and your legendariness and and your Philadelphia Eagles, y'all in trouble tomorrow.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
We gonna whip y'all tomorrow. That's all I need you to clip. Send that to him right there. Send that to him. Hey, send that to him. I got more scores here. I got Dak delusional fans, and he's a Cowboy fan, I think.
Oh man, see, I told you.
And I respect that. A Cowboy fan says 24-17 Eagles. Robert King says 35-13 Cowboys. Man, y'all not giving the Eagles a chance. Good Lord of mercy. Good God. Garrett Jenkins.
Hey, but let me tell you,
35-20?
Let me tell you something about Robert King and Garrett Jenkins, man.
What in the world are y'all doing, man? You heard these your folks?
Hey, man, they thinking like me, man.
I ain't even had your score yet. Good God.
Look at Garrett been around for a while. He's 63.
He's 63. Shane, one of my guys, been with me from the beginning. And Shane, good Lord, Shane, you don't go jump out like this. Shane, don't jump out like this, man. 34-17? What? Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute, y'all. Y'all do realize we playing the world champions, right? Come on now. Let's not get disrespectful. Are y'all saying the Cowboys about to disrespect the Eagles tomorrow? Personally, I love it. But anyway, but are you saying we about to stump a mud hole in these guys tomorrow?
What it look like.
Wow.
Hey, how we putting the scores up here? We shouldn't even play the game, man. We'll just let the chat decide it.
The chat is deciding it. The chat is deciding it. I mean, they flying. Who is this? Is this Miss V? I know who you are. I think I know who you are. This person right here. VJ Butte. She says 28-24 Dallas.
That's the third time we've seen that number.
I saw that number third time. Brandon Boyce. Thanks for popping in, sir. Brandon Boyce come in and says 33-19. What is going on with y'all?
I'm gonna tell you something too, man. We are a 3.5 point underdog, and we play really well at home being underdogs. When they disrespect us and expectations fall, we kind of play up. We play up to that, right? So I see some good things happening for us tomorrow, man.
This is a great point, Cooper, but you're forgetting one thing, and I'm going to help you out, Cooper, because you've been a good Eagle fan. You say that's a good point. I don't know what point you were talking about, but I think you were talking about when Big Bird was talking. You said, when was the last time your team had to go through the fire and fought together out of the flames to rise and dominate? That's what makes us great. Hungry dogs run faster. Well, I know we played the Raiders last week, but you saw it last week. To answer your question, they had to go through the fire of losing a teammate, get over all that mental stuff, play with that mental stuff, all that mental anxiety, play extra motivated because the fire was they were not going to let their brother down. They played probably the best game of the season last Monday night against the Raiders. I understand it's the Raiders, but they were not going to lose that game. And they were hungry last week. And since their back is against the wall this week, everybody knows that we can't lose another game. We can't. Everybody know if we talking about making the playoffs, we know we can't lose no more than maybe one more game. That's it. So in other words, tomorrow's a playoff game. They know that. You've heard that. Well, I don't know if you heard the Cooper Gas and all, but that's what we've been saying. That's what Schottenheimer said. He ain't say playoff, but he said he knows where we are in the standings. He knows where our back is against the wall. We're getting ready to, trying to really do this thing. So every game is almost like a playoff game. So to answer your question, they just coming through it and they're motivated, super motivated because of their brother who's gone on. And then the position that they're in, they got all the bullets in the gun. The bullets are all in the gun. This is about the best as the team is going to be. Now we just go play football now. So that's
So
That's wrong.
one thing with that, man, is that you say hungry dogs run. Well, you got to have dogs, right? And
Yeah,
so what we've added to this team
a
in
dog.
Quentin Williams, Pickens, and Clark are dogs, man. We got
Dog.
dogs, and especially Pickens. Pickens is a dog, and I've always felt
Overshown. Don't forget Overshown, B Bird.
overshown. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Overshown too. And so one thing, one of my favorite players, man, that I would say this, he's probably my favorite player with the exception of the 90s, excluding the 90s, is Dez Bryant. Because I think Dez Bryant was so misunderstood, but I thought he had the passion to win big. And but the team did not want to make him like, hey, that's the guy we need to follow. We need to follow his emotions. We need to follow that. That's what the 90s Cowboys follow Michael Irvin emotionally. And if you follow guys that are RKGs and stuff like that, you can have those guys on your team. But when the bullets flying, man, you got to have a dog, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think we got that now. We got people that ain't go back down. So you remember against Green Bay when we lost in the playoffs and CeeDee Lamb missed the ball on the sideline and the cornerback pushed him, and CeeDee Lamb ain't do nothing?
Yeah.
You think that's happening to Dez? You think that's happening to Pickens?
No. Matter of fact, I go on carry it a step further on that note, and you can continue on with your point, B Bird. If CD started all that pouting and stuff like that, I believe Pickens go over there and slap him right in his face.
That's right, yeah. And so the reason why that would not happen to a Pickens or would not happen to a Dez, that cornerback won't do that. The mentality that you can just go and push somebody, saying I don't fear you. So they wouldn't even do it. Be like, I ain't gonna do that to that dude. Let me go find the other dude. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have guys on your team like that. And he brought that thing about dogs. Those are what dogs are, man. They guys that reputation alone, when they walk on the field, you understand what you're gonna get from them. You understand what you can do to them, and you understand what you can't do to them. And you understand that through the game. You be like, I'm gonna go over here and pick this fight over here. I ain't picking the fight with that dude. You got to have them kind of guys on your team, man. And so we got dogs on our team now. And so I just don't think you can make a team that's these corporate, say the right things, do the right things, tie the shoes, do all of what. You got to have some line steppers sometime. That's why okay. So this is what I proposed to somebody. So CD and Pickens got in trouble last week for staying out too late.
Mm-hmm.
Pickens wasn't following CD in that endeavor. CD was following Pickens in that endeavor.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to say is the lead dog in that wide receiver room, it ain't CD, man. It's Pickens. Mm-hmm. Now, CD is a player, right? And he got the biggest contract. But I'm telling you right now is that the dog of this team is coming out, and it's via Pickens. And the thing about it is this balance, man. You got to, like people were saying, I was looking online, people were saying, you can't get that 15-yard penalty. That's true. I understand that. But you can't tame that too much, because if you tame that too much, now you just got another right kind of guy walking around, and he doesn't affect your team in the manner that you need to know. You ain't got a dog no more. You got a puppy, because you done made him into a puppy. And so a coach got to kind of walk that fine line, like, I let him be who he is. I don't want you to do something. I got to say something about it, but I can't take that away from you, because that makes you who you are. And it also affects the rest of the team in a positive manner.
Mm-hmm. And you filling in on a previous comment that we didn't get a chance to top in. You're talking exactly about what this comment here is about: leadership and discipline. You got two great leaders as head coaches. Sirianni is a great leader. He's more of a stabilizer, if you ask me. He's a glue. He's a glue guy. He keeps it there. And to deal with AJ, who's been crying for the last 2 years, and still win and still what y'all 8-2. He's probably the reason why it's there. Jalen is a leader without a doubt. Mm-hmm. However, when you're a true leader, it's rare when the players on your team come at you as the leader. That don't happen. It don't. Because it's almost like it's untouched ground. That's AJ right. Brown's problem is with the quarterback. And it may have something to do with the offensive coordinator slightly. But he's also has a history of going at Jalen.
Yeah.
Most teams don't go at their quarterback.
No, they don't.
And Jalen is so much of a leader that he's not going to put it out there in the media about that, because if he did, we've already seen it. Jalen is smooth enough to say something and not be saying it at the same time. Now, you may get in the locker room. I'm quite sure it's been some discussion in the locker room, but Jalen ain't gonna involve in it. AJ is the type that'll come straight out and do that. Difference between y'all and us is ain't nobody going after Dak. Nobody. And if you did, you ain't here no more. Michael Parsons not here no more. DeMarcus Lawrence is not here anymore. Period. Now, do you have the right to go at Dak? As somebody just said, I just saw somebody say, is Dak Prescott that dog? The only way you get the dog status, however, and B-Bird is leading toward it, I'll go ahead and say it. Your play got to match your mouth. You understand? If you can talk, but if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't that dog. You see what I'm saying? You ain't that leader on the field. Your play has to match your mouth. You got to walk it and talk it, Ray Lewis style. Those are the leaders, and people will follow you if your play matches what your mouth says. Dak talks trash, but Dak talks trash in a corporate way. If you listen to him in his press conferences, he's talking, but his play has matched it so far this year. So people don't have no problem running. Everybody know that. Dak is the unquestioned leader on his team. And he's a dog. But he ain't nowhere near on the dog level of a Pickens.
No.
He ain't nowhere near the level of a dog like Quinn Williams. He ain't nowhere near the dog level of Kenny Clark. These guys are legitimate DAWG all cap dogs. And you know the difference when you see it. A Dez Bryant, like B-Bird was saying, that's a dog.
That's a dog.
Ray Lewis.
That's a dog.
You see what I'm saying? When I say Ray Lewis, you see him shouting in the camera, but you also see him destroying people on the field. It's a difference. You got to do it both ways. And if you just talking, you ain't all that. But Dak is a dog. You see what I'm saying? Dak is a dog. It's just in a different way, but he ain't on the level of a Pickens. Pickens caught a ball on two men and just did the first down sign between them. Y'all remember that? He did. Yeah. He just hey.
He don't care. He don't really care.
Dak, on the other hand, will just shake hand. Hey, good play. You know what I'm saying? Going back to her and try to tag you up again.
But this too, big time. Most quarterbacks aren't dogs. The thing is, you find your dogs into the physical nature of the game.
It ain't that many. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, no dog.
What a dog is a quarterback is who's making the play when it matters.
Yeah,
that's what there's a dog at a linebacker is who's knocking somebody's head off, who's being feared. Yeah. So as a wide receiver, I'll give you some example that's not even. Remember Steve Smith Jr. or Steve Smith Sr.? Dog. You know why? People feared him. They know that this thing could go left at any moment. Yeah. And I'm talking about left means he can knock me out.
And I don't care.
That's what Dez was. Like, this thing can go left at any moment, and I could be on the ground with a concussion. Yeah. So I bet not do this to him because he's like that. Yeah. And that's why linebackers are like that, defensive ends, offensive linemen, because it's a physical position. Yeah. Larry Allen was a dog. Why? People feared him. Yeah. If they don't fear you, you ain't a dog. It's got to be some kind of fear on the other side or apprehension on the other side. Yeah. The quarterbacks can't get that. You know what I'm saying? Wide receivers can, tight ends can, everybody else can. Quarterbacks are more cerebral position. And so it's hard to say that if Dak's a dog or not. But these other positions, you got to be a dog. You got to have somebody got to fear you, man. If you're not feared, you ain't a dog.
And kudos again on that note to Jerry and Steven, because usually they put corporate guys on this team.
Yeah, they elevate them.
This is the first time in a long time that not only do you go get a Pickens, you go get a Clark, then you go get a Quinn Williams. All three are dogs. We usually don't do that type stuff.
Hey,
I ain't meaning the ones that we got on this team.
Yeah.
We got some more dogs other than the three that I just called. I can go down the list. Booker is a dog. He's a dog. Javonte Williams is a dog. Hello. He's playing like that. CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is a dog. Yeah. Hello. Jake Ferguson, his mentality.
Oh, he's a dog. Yeah. That's where it comes from, right? The mentality is where it comes from.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm just going down the list. I mean, you can go on the defensive side. There are a few over there. But I'm saying they included a big infusion of, if you allow me to use it, of dogness, of swagger, of confidence into the locker that we hadn't had in a long time. Let's answer this, and I know we've been on a while. We just appreciate all you guys hanging with us.
Yeah, definitely.
Shane says, big time with B-Bird, do you think the pre-snap penalties have declined for the Cowboys? You want to take that one, B-Bird?
I don't know if they have, but I cannot stand pre-snap penalties. I can't, man. I've often said that if it's 3rd and 4 and our defense is on the field, and I don't care who it is. I said this last year, even if it's Michael Parsons, if you jump off sides and give them first down, you got to come to the bench. I'm so serious about that, man. Or if you line up off sides or something like that. I've seen in the games that we won, they've been down. There's a correlation between us getting less penalties overall and us winning. I know it's obvious, but it's a correlation between us being disciplined and things in games and us winning, I think. Those yards hurt, man, especially if you have a good play or whatever. Next thing you know, it's coming back. I remember Diggs got an interception this year that got called back because of I don't know what the penalty was, but those are game-changing plays. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead and carry B-Bird just for a second.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, so I definitely think it's a correlation between penalties and us winning, man. So I guess the defensive holding penalties, the holding, if you know somebody's gonna get a good lick on your quarterback, some pass interference, those are subjective calls. But the pre-snaps are the ones that get me, man, all the time. Now hey man, if you got a Garrett on the other side of you, you're a left tackle or right tackle, at some point in time, you got to be like, nah, they're trying to get a head start because they knew it was a passing play. So I know why he jumped. So sometimes that does happen, man. But you got people across from you that are great. But, on defense, no, just hold your water on 3rd and 4. Hey, if they get it, they get it, but don't just give it to them. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with the penalty or us wanting them to be less. You can tell if we win tomorrow. I bet if we're winning at halftime, it's because we don't have that many penalties. If we're winning at the end of the games, we're probably going to win a penalty war as far as getting less penalties. So good question, man. I appreciate that. But I'm just going to hold it down till Big Time gets back. Hey, I'm along with y'all too, man. I am my score, and I'll tell Big Time this when he gets back. I got the Cowboys winning 31-20. I just feel confident about this game tomorrow. Their offense hadn't been looking good. Our defense is looking better. We're looking like average to, like if we had this defense all year, we're looking average to, top 10 defense, man. If we can get the secondary worked out, especially if we can get Diggs back, man, you know what I'm saying? And a healthy Diggs, 90% of what he was. Now we got Diggs, Bland, on the corners. We'll be looking pretty good, man. And our safeties are back healthy. What's his name? God darn, I have his name down here. Oh, Hooker. Who would ever think that we welcoming Hooker back? But, we did. He's been playing well. We needed the mind on the back end that wasn't going to be blowing coverages and things like that. We hadn't had that. So I think last game with Overshawn there, the new is it Wilson, our new linebacker, got another week that we got to trade.
Yeah.
He's got another week to get acclimated to it. He did get some snaps last game, not that many. But Murray looked better. This is the second game in a row. I think they bragged on him in Arizona. And this game, he looked even better. So he could be coming around. I think the arrow for our defense just up. So Big Time, I gave my prediction. I got us winning 31-20.
Woo!
Hey, I'm like the chat, man.
Hey, man, look here. All right, I'll give mine. I think that the extra motivation don't forget, a very important part is going to happen before the game. Don't underestimate this. This will be the first game that the Cowboys will be able to give a tribute to Marshawn Nealon before the game. If y'all don't think that ain't going to make no difference, I understand that there's going to be a video tribute to him. And them boys going to look up at their screen, and them fans going to get up their screen, and I believe that that's going to add a little extra avalanche to this thing starting off. I believe these guys going to be so fired up to play that they're going to play a little bit above their head anyway. And if the Cowboys play anything above their head, they may score 20 points in the first quarter. That's the way I'm looking at it. I think I think Philly is just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I'm serious. And there's no disrespect. I just think that I don't think nobody. I'm trying to tell y'all, tomorrow is gonna be one of those emotional days that they ain't gonna get no higher than what they are. I don't care if you put the AFC Pro Bowl team together. I'm telling y'all, the Cowboys are just gonna be crazy tomorrow because of that, and because that crowd gonna be crazy. I got a feeling, y'all, that we're gonna beat these guys. I think we're gonna put up 30, and I believe that the Eagles are gonna put up 23. I think that'll be about it. 30-23. I'm gonna go 30-23. I ain't going no blowout, even though 7 points is a blowout in NFL standards, but I can't see the double digits now. Good Lord. Let's turn.
Wait. So you got to win it. Okay, let me get this right. So you got to win it by 7, right?
Uh-huh.
So the point spread is 3.5. So you really got to win it by 11.
That's a blowout. but the point spread is for Philly, though. They got Philly as the favorite.
No, Philly's favorite. So we're gonna score 7. So you got to add the 3.5 over expected.
It's 3.5. That's 11 on the dot.
Yeah.
That's a blowout.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen is
somebody's
gonna turn the ball over. I don't think it's gonna be us tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say. Ladies and gentlemen, we gave y'all way more than what we usually go on. It's fun. Go ahead.
Can I say this before we go big time? Yeah. One thing. This is my longest show ever, man. So it
don't even seem like it though. Don't even seem like it. Well,
great.
When you the OGs, you get sleepy. You understand?
Yeah.
When you're the OG, you get tired quick. You know, you gotta go use the bathroom a little bit. So on that note, we're gonna get on out of here. Man, look, this has been the Cowboy OG Podcast. We usually come on Fridays. But we couldn't get together, so we came on today. We'll probably be back next Friday. But B-Bird and Cowboy Joe will be together maybe tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, yeah, it's gonna be a post-game show, man. Yeah. Hey, so I gave my prediction. I said that if we lose, that I probably won't show my face, so it'll probably just be Cowboy Joe. But
wow.
Hey, so we're gonna do a post-game show tomorrow, man, on my channel on YouTube, B-Bird Cowboys, or on X, B-Bird Cowboys, or Fastcast. So y'all be looking out for that, man. We'll be there after the game, shortly after, and we're gonna give y'all a show, man.
Appreciate y'all. Listen, I won't be on there because I have my son's game. I'm actually gonna have to leave the game tomorrow with the Cowboys and Eagles. My son has a game at 6:30. And so obviously I'm gonna have to go with him tomorrow. So I'll be watching the game when I get back home, the second half probably by myself, and then I'll be able to talk about it. But I'm not gonna do a post-game show Sunday at night. I'll probably do mine Monday. I'm gonna be off this week, y'all. So y'all hit the live notification buttons. I'm subject to come on in the afternoon. I may be on in the evening or whatever. But I might bring my boys on with me. I may find B-Bird, see what he doing, see if he pop on with me or something like that. But you guys are hearing a lot from me this week. Follow the Big Time Show on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. The Big Time Show. You can follow me for those that don't know me. You can follow me there. We appreciate all your subscriptions that some of you guys are following now. Go ahead, B-Bird. I'll see you.
Hey, so how you going to do that? Are you going to try not to listen for the score in the game while you're at your son's game tomorrow?
No, because as soon as I get in the truck, I'm going to turn on that Sirius. I'm going to find the game on Sirius XM and just listen to it while I drive. I'll watch it and see it and keep up with it that way and see what's going on.
Because I was gonna say if you weren't trying to, if you were trying to wait till you got home, I was just gonna text you the scores all day. So
don't kill me like that. Don't kill me like that. I usually don't want to know. I want to see it for myself to get my own reaction.
Yeah.
But it's too big of a game, and I don't want to miss none of it. Especially since I am gonna watch at least 3:25. I'm probably gonna leave my house a little bit after 5:30 maybe.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to see most of the first half without a doubt.
Oh, cool.
So I ain't no sense of talking about I don't know what's going on. I need to see what's happening. What's going on.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, it's a big day tomorrow, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it going. We're in playoff mode. Bottom line, the guys need to feel the energy and make them feel it from your house tomorrow. Let's go. We ain't dead. We still alive. We win tomorrow. Trust me, the odds go up. I don't care if it goes from 5 to 15. The bottom line is it ain't 5 no more. It went up. So let's just go ahead and just win this game by game. After this game, here come Kansas City. We got something waiting on them too.
Got something waiting on them too.
Got something waiting on them too. So let's
like
take
like Bone Crusher said, we ain't never scared.
We ain't never scared. Well, bring them on. Well, let's take care of business first, Philadelphia. We appreciate all you guys, man. We out of here, man. Thanks for hanging with us. Y'all know how we groove out. We're going to groove out of here. But today's show was so good. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to get out of here. We out, man. That's it. Well, I got the smoke going. I don't leave here, people. I got to get the smoke going. We out here. Thanks for tuning in to the one and only, the Cowboys OG Podcast. We out of here.